Good day, children. Welcome to the next session of Class 5 EVS. In this session, we are going to learn something new about our human body. Our body is made up of millions of cells which we cannot see with our naked eye. Cells combine together to form tissues, and tissues together form an organ. An organ is a complex structure within the body. It performs special functions. An organ system consists of a number of organs which work together. So today's session, we are going to learn about skeletal system and nervous system. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain the importance of skeletal and nervous system. You will be able to identify the various parts that make up the skeletal and nervous system, the functions of these two organ systems. Skeletal system. Skeletal system forms the basic framework of our human body and is made up of bones. This framework of bones is called as skeletons. A newborn baby has nearly 300 bones in its body. But as it grows up, the bones fuse together and hence reduce in number. Thus, an adult human skeleton is made up of 206 bones. Bones are rich in calcium and phosphorus. Functions of the skeletal system. Skeleton is the framework that gives shape and support to our body. It is the storehouse of minerals like calcium and phosphorus, which is necessary for good health. It helps us to move different parts of our body. The skeletal system gives muscles a place to attach themselves. It protects the soft internal organs like heart, lungs, stomach, etc. from injury. Without a skeleton, our body will not have a structure. Axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton consists of the skull, ribcage, and backbone. The appendicular skeleton involves the girdles and limbs. Skull. It houses and protects the brain. The skull is made up of 22 bones. The 8 bones join together to form the cranium and are called cranial bones. It is the cranial bones which protects the brain. They are interlocked with each other and cannot move. The other 14 bones gives us the facial features and protects our sense organs and are called facial bones. The lower jaw is the only movable bone of the skull. Backbone. When we touch our back, we will feel a hard part running from the neck down to our back. This is called as the backbone. Backbone is made up of 33 bones called vertebrae and is joined to the skull. The 33 ring-shaped vertebrae is placed one over the other, forming a vertebral column. The spinal cord passes through the vertebral column. Backbone facilitates twisting and bending of our back in different directions. It protects the delicate spinal cord. Rib cage. It is a cage-like bony structure that protects our heart and lungs. It has 12 pairs of ribs attached to the vertebrae at the back. The top 7 pairs are attached to the breastbone or sternum. The 3 pairs of ribs below them are attached together and then they join the sternum. Last 2 ribs are called floating ribs as they are not attached to the sternum. The rib cage is a protective layer for the heart and the lungs. Limbs. Our body has two limbs, upper limbs and lower limbs. Upper limbs has two parts, the arm and the hand. From the shoulder till our elbow, we call it as the arm. From the elbow till our wrist, we call it as the forearm. The palm and the fingers together forms the hand. The arm is made up of long bones. The humerus in the upper arm, the radius and ulna in the lower or forearm. Hand has 27 bones in all. The wrist has 8 bones. Palm has 5 bones and the 5 fingers together have 14 bones. The 27 bones in the hand help us to write, draw, and carry out other activities. Lower limb. The lower limb has 3 parts, the thigh, the leg, and the foot. The leg is made up of long bones. The upper leg or thigh bone is called as femur. The leg has the fibula and tibia. The foot has 26 bones in all. Ankle has 7 bones. Base of the foot has 5 bones and toes have 14 bones. All these bones help us to walk, run, and perform several other activities. Girdles. The arms and leg are supported by a set of bones called girdles. We have 2 girdles in our human body, the shoulder or pectoral girdle and the hip or pelvic girdle. Shoulder or pectoral girdle. Arms are supported by the shoulder or pectoral girdle. It has 2 parts called the clavicle and the scapula. The scapula is also called the shoulder blade. They form the 2 large bones of the shoulder girdle on either side of the upper back. The clavicle or collar bone extends from the sternum to the shoulder blade. Hip or pelvic girdle. Legs are supported by the hip or pelvic girdle. Girdles allow movement of arms and legs in all directions.